The podcast you are listening to of Holmberg's Morning Sickness is brought to you by my friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meat, mesquite, repeat. Trust me on this one. You've had barbecue before, but you haven't had it this good. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale, ericsfamilybbq.com.
Eric's Family Barbecue has arrived and is simply the best barbecue in Arizona. Come satisfy your taste buds with meats that are smoked over mesquite wood and sides that are made with fresh ingredients and tons of love. They have the best, juiciest brisket, pulled pork, rib sausage, turkey, or everyone's favorite, the Pitmaster sampler that includes all the meat and 4 sides, mac and cheese, potato salad, coleslaw, corn, or beans, yum. And for dessert, try some creamy banana pudding, amazing. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meat, mesquite, repeat. Make the trip, you won't be sorry. Dine in or take it to go. Go to ericsfamilybbq.com for more info.
This man needs medical attention.
Holmberg's Morning Sickness.
The old method of treatment for a person in this condition was to throw him in jail.
98 KUPD.
There you go. Silence the voice right there. Thank you, boys. Here on this Friday. It's already Friday. It's going to be 190 degrees again today. And then supposedly cool off on the weekend a little bit. It's like 105. We're in the heart of it. This is where we are. August football. Last night.
More days
August.
to the dog days, and then they're over.
Oh, is that right?
We're technically we're in the middle.
You know where those land?
I just found out today.
I didn't know that. That was a thing.
Dog days of summer.
Well, we're in them now. We're in the dog days of summer because, preseason football, which you get real excited for football to come back. You get my team was the team in the Hall of Fame game. My guys are playing last night. Got that classic uniform of the Steelers versus that classic uniform of the Cowboys.
You have anybody going in?
What do you mean, coming to the house?
No, the HOF this year.
Bill Cowher?
5 or 6 of them. We got Faneca, Palomalu, Bill Nunn, Cowher. Yeah, we got a few going in our wing, by the way. Keep that in mind. The Steelers have their own wing. They had to build on extra. Did you hear that, Brett? They had to build on extra.
I don't know anything about that.
That's right. You don't, because you're a Bears fan.
I know Walter Payton. That's about
you got a load of them.
Yeah, I know.
Nothing like this. A special section. Just
it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Patriots might have that someday, too. But, yeah, it was, and you get all amped up for it, and the next thing you know, the game starts, and you're like, oh, yeah, this is preseason. I forgot how awful preseason football is.
DiNucci, Brett's boy, was out there.
DiNucci. I mean, you did have the Ben DiNucci. He's going to play
He's got potential.
He's going to play a little 4-string, got a chance to crack the squad. I'll tell you this.
He'll make it.
I don't know if you guys watched the game last night, but some of the most laughable field goal attempts I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, yeah.
One guy missed, the Cowboys kicker missed a 30-something yarder by 30-something yards.
Almost put it in the side of the
college
stands.
level miss?
It was almost to the back pylon of the end zone.
Wow.
It was so off to the right.
Yeah.
You're like, what was he thinking? What did he fall? And he just walks off shaking his head, and everybody, I'm like, don't worry about it.
After the game.
It's August 5th. You're not going to have a jersey after today. I hope you know that that's coming back. Just give your hat to that guy.
Start packing.
Your kicker do the same thing?
Yes. Then the Steelers kicker's I never heard of Sloman. He's a guy just filling in.
Willie Sloman?
Yeah, I think it was Willie Sloman. It might as well have been somebody.
Dallas was trying to combine the one. He's the punter, the kicker.
Oh, he's doing
everything.
He
can do it all.
We
don't have to have another guy.
But I was watching that, and I just started laughing. I'm like, man, how bad were your colleges? If I was you're a father of a son.
I've told him 5 times, John.
Just go kick for a little bit. Evidently,
learn how to punt.
There's 18 good ones total on the planet.
And
because the backups, it's glaringly obvious why they're not kicking, and they have a job in the NFL at least for a month trying. Hey. There's no line of guys who are really great at it. There's 18 really good ones. And they're like, oh, God, keep your fingers crossed that this guy doesn't lose.
Trotted Zane Gonzalez out a few times last year, Cardinals fans.
I mean, all you have to do, it's way too long for Brady or me. Although I'm not so sure after watching last night, I think you got a shot.
Maybe Irvin.
I'd love to see Brady out there doing that little.
Straight on.
Yeah, oh, yeah, you
do the Tony Frisch or whatever?
The old Tony Frisch. Barefoot?
If you could tie the laces, you know how they make that little, that's illegal now, isn't it?
What, the barefoot?
They used to tie the laces up. Point the toe up, and it's almost like a...
Of their shoe?
Yeah, they'd wear high top.
Had the flat level.
High top kicking
he had
shoes.
half a foot.
No, that was Tom Dempsey.
That was Dempsey.
Dempsey had half a foot.
No, I don't know what you're talking about with that. I've never heard of that one before. I know that the barefoot guys were great, but I think you've got a shot. But if I had a teenage boy that looked to be going nowhere, and I'm not looking at anybody in the room, I'm looking directly at Toledo.
You can say it.
And I'm sitting there
thinking
thinking
that last night.
It looks like, we're on the path of you probably paying a lot more and a lot longer than you thought you were gonna. Mm-hmm. Get that boy a football and put him 8 hours a day. Pay for his life right now because you're gonna be paying for 10 years if you don't do my plan. Pay for him right now. 6-7 hours a day out there just kicking, whether he likes it or not, and go total.
You ain't gonna do that,
power dad. Just got to
do that.
You don't think he would play?
You wait, Brett. So here's the thing.
He was
Super tough.
Here's what I've told him recently because I'm like, look, I get that. I broke you on the baseball. Gave you a couple years off, not doing anything.
lights out lefty too.
Yeah, I know.
Jesus Christ!
And so,
Natural movement on the ball with his left hand. And he's
I'm
like,
gonna
I don't wanna
three-quarter
do it.
arm slot. Yeah, we can go through. All
idiot.
So I told him. I
your
said,
fault.
look, I get it, but his friends have never played football a lick in their life.
Really?
They're sophomores this year. He's got 3 buddies that all went out for the football team. Never played
even
flag football.
nothing
never
in the
played
cul-de-sac.
football. Nothing. And so, and they're on like 3 other sports teams. So I said, look, you need to get your ass out there to the football practice. It's already started. And like all of his friends were in the car when we were talking about it. No, Alex, you can come with us. And it like shot down
Right in front of you.
right in front of him. And I'm like, all right, you're going to football practice.
Uniforms are too
They
tight.
said either get a job or you go to football practice. And he did kind of like.
I thought he had a job.
No, he quit that Dairy Queen. Slinging
Too much, too
slinging
difficult.
blizzards
I heard
are
there's a
too
better
tough, man.
opportunity.
Too tough.
When he bailed on Dairy Queen and doesn't have a backup, he just stopped going to work.
His backup was Panda Express, except for the fact that they hire at 16. He's not 16 yet.
Shoot.
So his options are Chick-fil-A and McDonald's.
So timeout. Did he know his backup had a hiring age?
He did not. He had heard from friends that they hire at 15. So
And he couldn't wait to go to the Panda.
yeah, he didn't like the DQ.
What was going on at the Panda that was so much better than DQ?
It's just better management is the
Oh,
word
is that
on
right?
the street.
Yeah, okay.
He's
The
such
word
a
on the street
professional
from-
nowadays.
From
Yeah.
among the 15-year-olds that know management styles
All right,
well.
that's it. I'm done
and
with
all
him.
that.
You get him out to a field and you
I'm
teach him
putting
to
him out
kick.
there tomorrow.
Yeah, you
It's
get
on
'cause
Monday.
Anybody can do this. I'm watching it, and I know there's guys. Oh, kicking's a lot harder. Well, then, if you're going to argue, get your ass out there because what I watched last night was 2 guys with professional football teams in uniform on a field, and I don't care that it was August 5th preseason football. They were doing it. They weren't doing it well. They were no different than when you go to like those NFL experience things and watch general
The
people
one that we
kick.
saw downtown here.
I hit 3 from 35.
Irvin hit one.
I pulled a hammy, and then the guy from Channel 15 went up and bombed 2 40-yarders and then went, my hammy! Every one of us was pulling a hammy because you don't realize there's some stretching that goes into
There's
that
some
kick.
competition on that one. You see the people that get in line for that
Dude,
thing?
Steve Irvin from Channel 15 doesn't even know I was behind him. And I'm watching this dude in a pair of dress shoes, in a suit, burying 40-yarders. And I mean, like, just crush dead center, end over end, until he goes, "Meow, my hammy." And he pulled his hamstring, and then you hear his producer go, all right, we're going live in 15, Steve. But my hammy. And they were going to make him kick live on the air with us. And he was practicing. He hits 3 35s and a 40, dead nut center. And then they go live on the air, and he's like, I had a little issue with my hammy.
He said, what?
You're still kicking. And he went in and he put a 35-yarder through with a busted hammy. I
Okay,
could barely
Brady,
walk.
I'm going to need your help because Joe Germain's back at his alma mater, Mountain View. He's
Yeah.
the head coach of the Mountain View football team.
is?
Put in a call to Joe Germain. Get my boy on the team.
You got a guy who knows a guy, Brady. I'm sure.
I do.
You know a Germain. You can get to a Germain.
Yeah,
Your-
we can get to him.
Your dad probably serviced his dad's AC at one point.
100%.
Maybe during the playing days, yeah. Yeah, for
Well,
sure.
for both of them, their
Yeah.
playing days. Your old man's playing days are over as well. And I'm not saying they were running in the same groups. His dad is not your father's age.
Right.
But get on with Jermaine and let's get this kid kicking because it is what I watched last night. Anybody in the crowd could have done a couple of those kicks, and I'm not kidding. The one was so bad it could have been like, all right, fan in section 107, seat 13, row 12, it's your turn to kick. Because it was the exact same result.
Well,
that kick was the worst field goal I've
There
ever
was
seen.
a good block on one, but I don't think they made. One was made, right? Or Dallas.
1 or 2. The Steelers had 2.
They miss extra points then?
Yes.
too?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, shanking them all over.
it was. I mean, the extra point was.
Oh, it was terrible. And then, but the one that he missed, I'm not kidding, was the worst missed field goal I've ever seen. You couldn't throw it where he put it. It was weird. It was like, just how did he do that? It was almost more impressive that the ball went where it went because of just general physics of how they were lined up. It should never have gone. It's like when somebody hits a golf shot somehow and it goes behind them. You've seen those people miss and somehow
Yeah.
the ball ends up behind them. You're like, that's a magic trick. That was the same with this kick. But that's all I thought last night. I'm like, man, if I had a teenage boy right now, we'd be down at the high school just kicking
Well,
field goals.
you had me thinking because last year I think Mountain View had one of the offensive linemen was their kicker.
Yeah.
And he was the only one that could bury him.
There's no good ones. I'm telling you. You got to get a newscaster in Florsheim's, or you got to get your boy out there kicking. It was
All right,
amazing.
I'm doing it. I'm going to do it this weekend. We're going to have a talk.
I got an email from a guy.
Oh, jeez. Good luck with that. I can't wait to see how this one goes.
Could you record that, please?
Yes.
Yeah. I'll put the.
Why do I
put
got
the
a feeling
camera
Alex is going to get the twisties?
I'll be honest. After watching,
Don't mention that. You can't give him that because he'll use it.
after last night, I'm surprised your dad hasn't come back and tried to kick field goals with you. Get you on the field. I didn't. I finally seen a use from my boy. Pretty sure you can make this happen. I'm not kidding when I say if a 40-year-old guy took 2 years out of his life to just kick field goals, you'd have a shot. From what I watched last night. Now, you might not make
That's
the
what
team.
happened, didn't it, last season? There was a couple of them that were
but
been working for a while.
But they're
like,
kickers. They kicked before.
Yeah,
I think you could.
Are
I
you
think
saying
you
you're
could.
saying off the street?
I could go get one of those people from North Sentinel Island to put down their arrows for a minute and just say, just follow me for 2 years and kick, and you'd have a kicker.
But that's how tough it is. Then
It is not.
It's mental.
It's
John
not.
Howard
There's just nobody doing it. There's nobody cool doing it.
I mean, the people that were kicking tonight have been kicking.
No, I know, but they're
For
no good at it. I'm
years.
just saying there's 18 good ones because nobody hangs out with the kicker.
Yeah.
Except other kickers. It's this nerd festival that's going on, and nobody is. They're afraid to tell each other, and then they leave when the coach gets too loud. It's going to get worse.
They do have
Millennial
another
kickers are going to be
potential
worse.
good friend.
John, how
a
are
long
you putting?
snapper.
How are you putting your stock
That
in
guy.
Toledo's kid when you've got Footatron sitting next
That's
door
what I said.
at,
I don't like-
at Brady's
Oh my
house?
God, I didn't even think of that.
But I'm wondering if is a bigger foot mean worse shanks, or
But she's got a big foot for a girl.
it could catch more surface area.
She's got a regular
right?
foot for a man.
Yeah.
So it's a regular size
That's
shoe
true.
for a dude.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's not like it's going to
She
be.
can kick decent too, but she just.
Why don't you get out there? I want this to happen so bad.
I might be able to make that happen.
I would watch that.
So you'd be for girls in the NFL with
If
that
it was
one?
Brady's kid,
Okay.
yes.
That's her favorite sport.
All right.
If it was Brady's kid, for it because I know what a horrible nightmare it would be for him to tell people, my daughter's an NFL kicker. Like
There she is going in.
She's that giant lady in the. Yeah. All right, enough. She's the belle of the ball. She's also getting, in the locker room with all those black guys. It makes me very nervous. But I'm convinced after watching last night, if that's the display of guys that you run out to kick, that anybody could put the uniform on and say, I'm a kicker, and they're not going to. You're getting a preseason job. But if you were, that teen boy of yours, Toledo, he's wasting away over there, waiting for Panda Express to call. His bar's too low.
Gotta find somebody that hires at 15.
Can't get into that. I got to get in that Panda, and that's the most important thing in my life right now, Dad. Because that's where good management lives, the Panda.
My
Mickey
buddy,
D's.
Yeah.
we've tried that, and there's a couple of them that don't hire until 16. The
My,
one over
my
by us
one
does.
friend, buddy.
Well, my
his
buddy
kid was 14,
Yeah.
and they just said, "Hey, would
Don't
you be
tell
a shift
anybody.
leader?"
Wow.
I want him to
At 14?
Wow.
Probably illegal, but it's Gilbert.
exactly.
Those kids are more mature.
My buddy Jeff is he's like a trim carpenter for Blandford Homes.
That
And
sounds
he's
dirty.
Been taking his kid to work with him. So I told Alex, I'm like, look, you're about this far away from going and swinging a hammer with Jeff every morning.
Well, don't start bringing them in here.
Why not?
Your son?
Yeah.
Because this isn't a daycare.
You could have something to do.
No, this isn't a bring your kid to
I'll
work.
put him down the hall with Jeremy.
Put him in there with Paul.
Oh, God.
That's all you need
That'll
to show
break
him
him.
what a management looks like.
That's a motivator right
Oh,
there.
yeah, to get your ass in gear.
Exactly.
You little son of a bitch.
I fought in a war.
I haven't
for
said
your ass.
I haven't said anything, Mr. Sir. I'm sorry.
Yeah, just feel your eyes on my back, you little jackass.
Oh, my God. How many slurs does this guy know?
All of them.
You're going to hear stuff in here. Yeah, he is a kid's Vietnam. If you try to get all right, it's professional day. Bring your kid down and have him sit with somebody who does a job for 8 hours. And his son has to sit in Paul's room all day.
I just got a phone call from one of the sales knobs we call Har. It's better than that blonde floozy gardener, though. I'm going to kill them all someday.
Are you gonna show me what you do for a living?
This is what I do. Deal with assholes.
Okay. Should I take notes?
Yeah, write that down. Kill yourself before you become me.
Then Paul's just all laughing. I scared that kid to death. Pretty good day. Yeah, so get that kid going because there's no doubt in my mind. But I don't want you saying, like you said, that one guy's dragging his son to work with him. Nobody wants that.
Oh, I wasn't going to bring him here. I was going to send him with Jeff.
Yeah, get him with somebody else. Have him go
make
there.
him swing a hammer.
But even still, be a decent dad and don't let your teenage boy follow people real work sites.
No.
They're not allowed there. Nobody wants that. Brady thought he was welcome when his dad would bring
He
work.
doesn't want to
Nobody
be
wanted
here
you
because last
What are
time
you
you
talking
tried to
about?
make him kiss Alexa Bliss.
there. That's right.
And
We made him.
He was about shut down that morning.
We tried to get him to kiss a gorgeous wrestler, and it would have been his first real girl kiss,
yeah.
right? Not like tongue kiss or anything.
No.
Just a kiss on the cheek from a beautiful lady, and he just hid, scared to death. In his giant pants. He just turtled up in those gigantic clothes.
John,
Terrible.
please get the Bogan family in with the Cardinals again. Kirby the kicker, Brady in the Cardinals mascot uniform, Ronnie is the massage therapist. This is a complete tale.
It's perfect. Big Red, the Deshaun Watson lawsuit right around the corner.
Everyone on the payroll.
Yes, your daughter's kicking field goals. There's another one right through the sticks, old man. The golden foot of Kirby Bogan, baby. All right. Kirby D for 3.
Meet me at Fry's.
That
I'll
one's-
be signing autographs for.
Be better to have they're just practicing. That one would be good from 70, gents. Jesus, this girl can kick. Look at the size of these
We'll
dogs.
do one of those videos where she's just kicking.
All right, get her out there. Have her and Toledo's compete. I think Brett's right. I want that talk on tape.
Yes.
My focus is Panda Express, Dad. I don't want to be a footballer.
Don't understand.
Your focus is sleeping after school right now because you're tired.
You keep trying to push me around like some sort of crazy person because you didn't have a dad. I don't want to play hockey ball.
Oh, God.
Yep, you got that
There'll
going.
be a lot of those drops in that.
Take your time now to force him into a career he doesn't want because you're going to spend all your time and money until he's 26 living at the house. So right now, it's better to just spend all the money now and get him out there. It might be a return on
I
investment.
told him I'll give him a year after high school of living with us, and then he's out.
You're going to be dead on the streets. You can't do that. He's not. No, you can't kick your kid out at 19 anymore.
Sure you can.
No, the world's different.
No.
No, they come back, and you have to take them.
Nope.
You can say that, but it's
Nope.
it's coming back.
Mark my words.
You know what it's going to be? It's going to be
That's only 4 years away.
Alex Delta. He's coming back in a different form.
We'll still be here. That'll be 4 years from now. He'll be out on the street.
You're promising. You say it right now, August 6th, 2021.
The day after your milk boob thing.
In 2025, the boy has no
Yep.
home.
None.
It's on tape.
That's on tape. We have it on tape.
If he's still living in my house, yes, he's out. August 6th.
19.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah.
He turns 19. That's it. You're done with him.
Well, he turns 19 in February. I'll give him until August.
Oh, he's got a good 6-month window on probation of get
Yeah.
out of this house. So 19 and a half.
On your
I don't
own.
buy
That's
it.
a full 14 months
No
after
way.
graduation.
What about
John.
the other one?
He's
on the fast
already
track.
He's
accepted
good.
at
That one's
NAU.
good. That one's got some life in him.
He's got an NAU email address. He's got an account up there.
Can't
He's
wait
got
to get
everything.
out.
He's ready to go.
Your boy stays till he's 31. 31 minimum. He'll be out for 3 months at night.
31?
He's not. Yeah, there's no way.
I'd kill myself.
Lisa will go crazy and kill him before
She
I
ain't
will.
gonna be there either. She's gonna move. Of them, I have money on Lisa moving out before the boy. And then it's going to piss you off because when he's 24, you're just going to be staring at him as he sits on the couch with that little tiny belly that's starting.
God damn it.
And he says to you, "Why didn't you push me harder to be a kicker?" I'm going to kill him. I'm going to kill
I
him.
would kill him right there.
It's good stuff, though.
You know who wants to see you? Your mom in Tucson. Hit the road.
Hit the road, boy. That's where he'll go. If you kick him out at 19, he'll go live with that mom.
Fine, she can have him.
Yeah, the
at
two moms.
19.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And she's going to want to go back to the Who Scout.
I gotta get
The
out
Who
of this
Scout's
place.
better than this. It can go anywhere. She'll teach him to kick. Ass.
Yeah.
I got this one. It says, Dear John, sorry for the late response. I heard the show yesterday morning and mentioned me, my mother, and that Vader guy. This is from Amy, who was at our event the other night. Thanks for chatting with us. It was my birthday. You wished me a happy birthday. Thanks for that. I hope the rest of my pocket biscuit made it to your doggy. So she gave me the dog biscuit. It wasn't a package before, I promise, so it wasn't covered in the Lambda virus. And to clarify about the CBing, because Vader claimed that I stepped in between him and a sure thing yesterday when I wandered over and these ladies said hi to us.
Amy and her mom.
And they were by our table, so
Yep.
it wasn't like I was going out of my way. There was definitely no closing with Vader or even cracking open a door. Here comes the best backhanded compliment I've ever heard. Ever. Ready? He was neat. But not my type. Also, my boyfriend back in Chicago would be sad if I left him for a guy like Vader.
There it is.
The guy 2,000 miles away.
Yep. My mom was flattered that you called us classy. We appreciate that you grouped us in the good-looking crowd. Thank you, Amy. Well, there you go, Amy. And Vader, that's what you need to know. That's it. Stick to what you're doing, Vader, there, and that's Faster Pussycat crowd. You would have killed it last night.
He's already starting to type on Instant Messenger.
Oh, yeah. He's already angry. You see little
the dots going?
The dots have picked up. Pretty solid. But, yeah, there's I'm very hyper-aware of the CB action. If anything, I'm a great wing. I'm really good at that. But what I would have done is been the most blunt spoon in the room and said, wait a minute, is this guy coming on to you? Vader, you got no chance. Walk away. This girl is not interested. You're totally blocking. I'm like, no, I'm just saving you time. There's a difference. There's a good friend that will save you time versus CB. CB'd me, dude. I'm going down a bad path.
Vader, she's missing out.
Yeah, she is.
You're telling yourself that.
On what?
An Uber ride?
Let me tell you what she's missing out on, Vader.
Lou Malnati's.
What she's missing out on is that moment in your bathroom where she looks at the sink and goes, oh, what's with all the hair?
You're missing out on Lou. She lives in Chicago.
You're missing out on Lou Malnati's when she's from Chicago. She's got the deep dish down, man. Do you ever have anybody come and clean the hair out of your sink? Yeah, but I got so much of this face hair. It would have to be an everyday thing, so I just kind of think it's like a shag sink.
You're neat.
You're neat, but you're not my type. I'm neat? She said I'm neat, bro. Like tidy? No, clearly not. All I do is picture Vader's bathroom covered in little silver beard hairs. He's just got so much beard.
Yeah.
And Randall, I picture this, he's got that big-ass beard.
Yep.
That his bathroom is just covered in wizard hair.
Yep.
And like moons and stars that glow when the lights turn off.
That's how you make the spells.
It must be it. The wizard's beard hair. But yeah, the spell is evidently mixed with toothpaste and some shaving cream in that sink bottom in the basin.
Some other gelatinous.
I mean, I somehow have a sink that has shaven hairs in it sometimes. Me?
Yeah.
How? I got a Vader situation brewing? Brett, does your hair come out?
What do you mean, does it come out?
Like, do you look at the shower floor and go, uh-oh?
No.
You never have that?
No.
My ex-wife had so much hair.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. We had to put a stopper over the drain.
Medea's that way, too.
It is? It's gross. And sometimes she'd forget. She was very tidy, but sometimes she'd forget. And I'd go in there and I'm like, what's this stew of hair, this bowl of hair? Well, I had to take the drain out and put this in. We had to put a catcher where the drain was.
Wow.
It was like a colander. And it
a
sunk
finer
down
mesh?
And it suction cupped down.
I got to get one of those.
Oh, it was disgusting.
I know, but I mean, it's like...
But
it's like I got to yell at her. It's like, hey, Sinead O'Connor, pick up your hair for Christ's sake. Damn.
You shaved some sort of a wildebeest in here? What's going on? How do you still have hair left? I could build a new person out of this.
You won't be able to waffle stomp the rest for your deal.
Oh. Yeah, if you got to waffle stomp your poo down that drain and it's getting all tied up in the hair, who's going to pick that up? I was in the shower doing what I do, taking and I got to waffle stomp that through the grates. I can't do it if it's coated in tauntaun. Yeah, but sometimes she would forget, and I would go in and I'd be taking a shower, and then the water in that little colander would start pushing the hair up because it wasn't draining.
And it's like a bed of seaweed.
And now yeah. You got this thing going around, just floating around by your feet.
Moss. Hair moss.
Hey, if you have this, you have to be aware that it isn't for everyone. And then it was worse because sometimes you'd look in the bathroom garbage.
Yeah.
And there's just a wad. Like teeth and gums and stuff. It was like a tumor. It was growing its own. It was repulsive. And she was super clean. But that hair thing. But somehow I have a sink where I look down and I'm like, how the hell did that happen? I have the facial hair of a 13-year-old Mexican girl. Like occasionally you might have to shave my mustache. It's not very good. The rest of me, I shave it in the shower. There's no remnants of hair anywhere. There's no long hairs on my body. And I'll look in the sink, and there's just hair. like little tiny clip-ins. I'm like, well, if it's falling off of me, Vader's
Ear.
house has to look like the storage for the Muppets. It's just got to be just fuzzy everywhere. It's disgusting. Hair makes me sick. I'm glad I don't have it. Brady, you don't have it either. You didn't have that problem. You don't put a drain down over the drain, do you?
No.
Okay, good. You're not catching and saving. Catch and save.
No, but if Ronnie ends up like doing her hair on my sink.
Yeah. Oh, it's
that's
covered.
Yeah.
By
There's
the way,
more room to work with, so then there's always long
you,
hairs
like every
all
other
over.
married guy, you don't have a sink. You remember?
Well, that's right.
You got one you borrow.
Barely.
You need
Just
to
get
put
your own
3
bathroom.
sinks in.
Just go take over the hallway bathroom because the women are they're
No,
bathroom COVID. They spread.
Yeah.
They spread real
Got
easy.
4 bathroom sinks.
Look,
I don't have any.
Let me tell you this. It's exactly right because you got
Kirby
that
has
girl.
2.
You got 2 baths in the house.
Yeah.
2 sinks in each one.
Yep.
You got 0 sinks.
Yep.
0. You got 2 girls. They each get 2.
I go in the where the washer and dryer is, that sink right there.
Oh, you
Back to
wash
my
tub.
sink. Yeah.
You go to the wash. That's smart because that's probably something. But if they start seeing you do it, they're like,
"Does he know?"
Because if they start watching you enjoy it, they're going to take it. Bathrooms there are viruses in the bathroom. Women, you think about our grandparents. They had 1 bathroom in a house with kids and stuff. There was 1 sink,
Oh yeah.
and it was to be like back when they. I don't know if it was 5 across the face days. I'm not sure if that was a thing. I'm pretty sure they could yell at their wives and not get any heat. There was 1 sink, and then a few nice guys said, "You know what? You've got a lot of product. I want you to have a happy sink. You get this sink, and I'll build a bathroom with 2 sinks."
Whoever came up
Yeah,
with
which
that
prick was
years
that?
ago
A genius.
for
Except
the folks to have their own.
they took it. This is a modern revelation of the last 50 years that the double sink bathroom is a thing. It was only for the richest people in the world to have double sinks. Now it's common. It's actually standard to have double sinks in the master. I lost both sinks in the master to the point where I moved out of it. I had a plan to do construction. The guy on the email talked me out of it to put a 3rd sink, which is absurd. A 3rd sink in the bathroom.
triple.
And a guy emailed me and said, "Don't do it." I built my own little corner in the bathroom, a 3rd sink man corner. It's where she keeps her hairdryer. All the stuff goes in there. It just becomes their storage. They are bathroom viruses. And they giggle at it.
Let alone the products.
But God forbid you leave your stuff laying around.
Your bathroom's a disaster.
Like you're a tornado in there. You're the worst thing that's ever happened. They should cover you on the news for what goes on there. It's just it's a murder scene. There's tampons and boxes and I don't know what's what, and it's all up. And then you get ready, and it's like a butcher. You unfold all those brushes. I don't know what any of them are for. There's 60 brushes for one night out. And it's just... And both sinks are used. There's electronics in sinks.
Branded by an iron.
Oh,
They all have their. Because you know what they did for women? They put that circuit breaker on the thing.
Of course they did, because they're putting plugged-in items in the sink. They're using.
Oops, I popped it again.
They're insane.
I can't remember if I turned it off or not. We got to go back. I have 11 things plugged in a sink.
Are you trying to kill us?
Yes.
Just admit it. I'm going to rename you COVID. COVID. You're the Ronnie COVID.
Well, where am I going to put it?
I don't know. I managed with one.
So Lisa uses the hairdryer, and it blows over to my sink. So the hair in my sink is hers from the hairdryer.
You don't have a sink. Just the faster we start saying you don't have a sink, the better.
True.
You don't have a sink.
I've got I've got an area.
You got
I borrow one.
Yeah, but also you've got
That's a good
you
point.
got a guest bathroom because there's just the two of you.
Oh, she uses that one too.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
she's virus in 2 bathrooms.
Well, because
That's rare.
the thing is, it's like she takes like really hot showers, like you could boil lobsters in there, and so all the steam, like the exhaust fan can't even take all the steam out. So then she has to start in the extra bedroom or bathroom, and then moves her way back.
Viruses.
I'm telling you,
They're viruses. Their one job in life is to spread from place to place. Bathroom a woman is a virus. It's insane. The double sink thing was a brand new deal. Okay, this guy says, Megan's shaving her bush in your sink, John. That's why you date a Nordic girl. No bush. What are you talking about? Her name's not Consuelo. We don't have to worry about weed whacking that thing.
Yeah.
Shaving her bush in the sink. What kind of classless
You're so
whore?
dumb, bro.
You gotta climb up
What
on
kind
the
of
counter.
classless whore throws one leg up on the counter and bush shaves over the sink?
And it has so much that it flies off into the
And
sink.
you have the nerve to assume the word wife is attached to that thing. Nobody put a ring on that. That's my beautiful lady up there with her squatch hanging over the sink. You gotta push that down a little bit. That thing's up there.
That's my mama.
That's my mama. Sure, she could use the shower and a hand mirror, but she chooses to go full spread eagle over my sink and bush shave. Thanks.
John,
Yuck.
you got to go visit Troy and Michael and see what their bathroom situation
Meticulous.
is like.
I've been in their house.
Their bathroom?
Being gay is amazing. They're so tidy. Now, maybe one of them throws a leg up and shaves some balls in the sink. But you know what's great about it? The other dude would help.
Right.
Because he's like, this is hot. So you might get blown while it happens. Some lady throwing that half-eaten tomato up there in a mirror. You don't want to see that thing outside of the world of sex. It looks like you cut a tomato in half and left it on the counter. It ain't pretty by itself.
And have a razor next to it.
Yeah, unless you're using it, it's like a Mustang. Unless you're using it, they're nothing to look at.
Right, Brett?
I know it's kind of the Brett a little bit on the Mustangs. I actually like Mustangs. Yeah, but speaking of viruses, I got this thing. Now, yesterday I made the point. I don't care if I wasn't being political at all. In fact, I was being apolitical. I don't care what you do with the vaccine. Get it, don't get it.
I think we all said that.
I think you both have quality arguments. People who get the vaccine have a great argument. People who don't get the vaccine have a great argument. But I think what's going to start happening is they're going to start shaming people without vaccines to make sure that stuff can stay open. So this card that they're talking about, this passport that you're going to have to flash to get into restaurants or bars or whatever, is simply going to cause fights. I'm not saying one way or another. I'm looking down the road at we couldn't get along with just masks. Now imagine, show me your papers. It's just going to be fight after fight after fight. So I'm not saying don't get vaccinated. I'm saying if my opinion, and only mine, because I see your point, I think you should get vaccinated. And like we were just talking about, the one job a virus has is to continue to morph, mutate.
To survive.
Survival. That's its job. Its job is to find the walls that are protecting you from it and grow. So they mutate. That's the point that no doctor, Fauci's done a terrible job, all leadership's done a terrible job of telling people, look, all we're trying to do is put up a wall to make it so COVID-19 is where this thing kind of slows down. So unvaccinated people aren't petri dishes for this thing to run wild and then make the vaccine useless. Yes, it's a vaccine. It's not a cure. It's not. But if you're unvaccinated and you get it, you can be the one that makes it the lambda. You can be the one that makes it epsilon. And the more people that are unvaccinated, the better chance this virus has of mutating into something. And then we do have to shut down again.
Right.
So that's why I'm on the vaccine side. But do whatever you want. I get yelled at. This Kristen lady says, I'm an unvacker, as you call them. Which I don't call them that because I can spell and speak English. I don't know what an unvacker is. Right. UNVACCER.
Yeah.
Unvacker. As you call them, which have you ever heard me use that phrase? Anyone?
All the time.
Yeah, I say unvacker all the time because I like to explain made-up words. I'm like you, Brady. I like to say words that aren't words and then try to tell people that I mean it. Anyway, I have issues with that name-calling. I'm not against vaccines. Real vaccines. I'm vaccinated. My children all got vaccinated as they grew up, and I do it again. This thing is not a vaccine.
Says who?
Vaccines eliminate a problem. There's no variant of polio or measles or mumps. The reason why is because they got something that stopped it where it was.
They stopped it from morphing.
Also, I'm not even sure measles hasn't been stopped.
No.
We made it so our bodies recognize it so it couldn't get bigger.
Well,
and it still shows
in
up.
This country, but it does pop up.
Yeah, they've been gone for years. Unvaccinated children started to get them again, which brought it back. Yep. Which, by the way, upsets me that parents don't vaccinate their children. There hasn't been any endless boosters for these vaccines except for 10 or 15 years, not all within 1 year. You're an influential persona. Whether you like it or not, people listen to you. It's dangerous for you to say we're going to have to resort to shaming on the unvaxxers in order for them to comply. I know it's been said a lot lately, but this is America. And like it or not, we're built on principles, all of which are based on one word, freedom. If shaming the COVID, unvaccinated, and asking for papers and businesses are allowed to refuse some service, why can't they also refuse service to someone with any medical condition? And I get it. Other conditions don't affect others, but I'd like to push back and say if this so-called vaccine is truly a vaccine, why is anybody worried about the unvaccinated? I'll tell you why. Because it's not a vaccine. It's a shot, meaning you can still get it. But again, even if you get it after the shot, you won't die. That's what they tell us. So again, why do they care what I do? I love listening to you, especially because I lived in Pittsburgh, and I love the black and gold. But I would like to tell you and other influential personas, stick to what you're good at. That's comedy. Make us laugh. Don't get political. Well, To use your argument, it's America, goddammit, and I'll do what I want.
Right.
Second, fine. I don't care that you don't get vaccinated, but I am telling you that medically, and I'm not a doctor, but I'm also a graduate of the 4th grade, and I know when they started teaching us about germs and vaccines and things like that, that the one thing they told us was viruses are designed to continue on. Their survival mode is amazing. And when we find one our bodies don't recognize, it is going to continue to morph until new things come out of it. So the vaccine,
the ripple effect on that.
The vaccine's
on
weird.
Else.
The vaccine's weird. I'm not saying get it, don't get
vaccine.
it. It doesn't matter what you think about it. I don't care. But what I said wasn't anything about get it, don't get it. I wish you would. That's up to you.
Right.
Still, you're free. You're right. It's America. You're free to not get it. But I also know that the less people that have it, the more this thing has a chance to turn into other things. And it makes my vaccine worthless. And also, my point yesterday, and still stands today, is you couldn't even hear me talk about it and you wanted to fight.
Right.
We're about to have a bunch of fights, and all I'm asking for is cooler heads right now to recognize that the more we fight, saying the government this, the government that, the government this, the government that, guess who gets all the power from that? The people you're fighting against, the government. They'll pass laws to say, oh, they're out of control. They don't know what they're doing. They're all fighting over the vaccine. They're dividing and conquering. Page 1 of Art of War is basically make sure that the people you're trying to control have their own bickering
Are
match.
divided.
Yeah, make them divide, and we'll do anything we want. So all this power you're worried about with the government, all this power you're worried about them taking from you with shots and vaccines and forcing us to do stuff, us bickering gives them all the power, all of it. So I'm saying, yeah, you're right, lady. You have the freedom to do it, and I have the freedom to tell you that's a job of a virus is to continue on, survive. That's the one thing a virus is guaranteed to do. That's why I think we're a virus.
Right.
I think humanity is Earth's virus. We spread, we take all the natural resources until we can't use them anymore. We invent stuff that wrecks more stuff, and we move on. Fly over Los Angeles.
Species.
Fly over Los Angeles and tell me we're not a virus. We have spread all across that.
We've made it suit
Wait a
our
minute,
needs.
we live in a city that's 85 miles by 50 miles.
Phoenix.
I
You
mean-
fly over Phoenix and you're like, Jesus, what took over the landscape
Yeah.
here and used all the resources for its own good?
And had
That's
to
a
pipe
virus.
in resources from 5 states away.
And build canals to make it so the nat stuff stopped happening, and that's what a virus does. And we've adapted and we've morphed over time by utilizing all the natural resources we can to be viral and grow and grow and grow. That's what we do.
And I'm fine with you not getting the vaccine too, but just tell me how you're doing your part to mitigate it, like you said, so that it doesn't spread
Right.
and doesn't morph.
I'm all for
that, but you have to do a part, whether it's getting the vaccine or not,
Right.
wearing a mask, whatever. You have to play a role in helping it not spread.
You know, it's interesting because it differs when it, because I could say a similar thing that's saying, I'm fine with you not getting it. But in my direct family or family members,
Yeah.
you're getting it.
Oh, yeah.
I
we
mean, it's
did
like,
that
okay,
too.
that kicks in with me because there's various factors. Like right now, even if
But you were
like
against
our
it at
friend that's
first.
in the hospital,
Yeah.
you know, the regulation, the policy's back. One person can visit.
visitation.
And you hear
That's better than what it
nurse
was
after
before.
nurse when it was going on the first year that, like, I'm sitting next to the person where they didn't allow any family members to go in.
Oh, an iPad.
And I'm like,
You're sitting there with
brutal.
an iPad.
Yeah, the nurse had to watch plenty of them die.
And all they wanted to say is see their family before they
Look,
pass on.
The thing that's made it political is the fact that everybody's fighting each other. That's it.
Yep.
So stop fighting each other. All I see, and I don't want to see this, but all I see from the things I read, and we get a lot of emails. We get a lot of people contacting us, and all I'm seeing is we're in for a big fat fight amongst each other, which doesn't make any sense to me. That we're going to sit and fight each other over what the government power is, and guess who gets the power
Right. They've
when
had
we
it.
do that? Oh, they've tried it with everything. Gay marriage, they've tried it with abortion. They divide us on all sorts of stuff. Jesse Ventura's book was awesome because the first page said, what I learned most when I went to Congress or whatever, he was senator or whatever.
Yeah.
So when I went there was the Democrats and the Republicans are all in cahoots.
Yep.
They throw out these giant topics. We start fighting, and they make backroom deals. Well, we're not paying attention because we're too busy with each other.
That's been going on for a million
And that's
years.
what he said. He said, I learned that firsthand. I watched it go down. And there's no better way to learn that than to watch the Pat Tillman documentary and see Donald Rumsfeld shaking hands with Democrats after they just like snowed an entire family into thinking that they were helping them and then said, we're sorry. And Pat Tillman's dad said, go yourself, right in the middle of the documentary to Donald Rumsfeld, which was a great moment because he just goes, we did all we could. Democrats and Republicans alike were like, we're going to get killed if they catch us in this. And they can walk hand in hand when it saves their ass. So that's the problem I'm seeing is that, look, if people are going to scream at 18-year-old hostesses at Brenda's Inferno because they say, I'm sorry, it's a requirement for me to see if you're vaccinated or not. And this person who just emailed me is going to have her, soapbox to stand on, and she's not wrong. But it's going to be yelling at somebody who doesn't really care. They're going to get fired up and yell back, and the whole thing's going to accelerate. And guess what's going to happen next? We got to pass laws. We got to make some moves. These people are out of control. This vaccine has made them nuts. And then you're going to have storming castles and jumping through windows at capitals and all that because we can't control ourselves, thinking that we're making some sort of stand. But just keep that in mind. That's all I'm saying. I'm no doctor. But a virus is one job. They taught me that in 4th grade. Abby Lucene made us draw things. She was our teacher at Osuna Elementary, and we had to draw germs. I don't know what it was, but I don't know why she made us do that, but it stuck in my head. A virus's job is to constantly find ways to survive. That's what it does. You put up a little barrier to make it so it just keeps repeating its own pattern. You can slow it down. Then it'll morph like the flu. Our bodies recognize the flu. It can change, but it knows the basics of it. That's it.
We need to crush it like those old Raid commercials.
Right. Well, I would be so for giant C-130s or whatever those planes are to just dump some toxic stuff all over people and let's just get rid of a good old lot of us. And I'd be on the happy end of taking the first gulp of that. But yeah, people yelling at me all the time on email just because you're like, hey, this is a thing, man. This guy said, holy cheerful doomsday morning, boys. Football is back. Chin up. You're right, Patrick. But yeah, people. All I'm saying is I'm seeing the anger start to boil again. And I'm not looking forward to that at all. I don't want to be Don Quixote and start fighting windmills with you. I want to sit back and be the guy that says, everybody calm down. Let's kind of de-escalate this situation and stop being mad at the guy at Walmart. Stop being angry at Brett because he's sitting there telling
That's hard, though.
And it's very difficult because he'll shoot you.
Oh,
Who's mad at
What's
me?
going on here?
What we got going on over
What'd I
here?
do?
I don't even got a sink.
I said nothing.
I love the idea that she said, well, this bathroom's useless to me, so I'm going to go in the hot bathroom, wreck yours. So you got to sit in fog bathroom and try to do that glorious lock of hair you got going on.
Yeah, it's why do you think I wear a hat every day?
Hey,
I got no
can't do
time
my
to do my
hair.
hair.
She got London in one room and electronics and sinks in the other. Yeah. My grandpa's...
At least that steam just takes the wrinkles out of your
that it does.
white suit before you put that on and go.
My grandma and grandpa's bathroom had a small single sink. That's it.
Oh, yeah, I mean...
And it was all designed to be nice to the lady. You know what I'm going to do for you? I'm going to give you your own. Oh, my God, that's so sweet. And then all they did was side-eye that other sink. Like, I sure could use that, too. And they just took them.
You said, 50 or 60 years ago, it was if you had a 2-story, half bath on the first story, just one full bathroom.
One full bath.
Yeah.
For
one
4 or
sink.
5 bedrooms.
Right. Now, the reason I bring it up again, if you could take a shot as a man to keep your wife out of your sink, would you do it? Because that's what they are, too. They're viruses. They're spreading.
Exactly.
They will survive in your bath. You don't have any bathroom space. You get that weird little cabinet, they get all the storage.
Take a shot to get the bat.
If you take a shot.
Man.
Yeah, load me up. I'm
Give me a
tying
vein.
off.
I'm trying to find a vein right now.
Make me vascular and get me that shot.
Tie me off now.
Men built everything up until about 30 years ago, ladies. You have to admit it. I'm sorry it hurts, but it's true. And everything we did, we built for you. Malls, stores, everything is built.
Oh, my God, that's a great
everything's
point.
built to for you. We changed bathrooms.
We didn't want Ann Taylor.
No, we didn't need an Ann Taylor. You put on a few pounds. We're like, we'll give you a store. We'll build him a store.
Here's
Put in
Lane
Lane
Bryant
Bryant.
Elaine Bryant. Yeah, we'll get you something. We'll have down in Maricopa when didn't have any money. They still built that big barn of women's clothes, and they called it the barn of women's clothes.
The Maricopa Business Barn.
That's right, because there's a lot of business going on in there. We do everything for them. And one kind gentleman years ago, with a great intention of saying, you know what? It's a little crowded in here. What if we had 2 sinks?
Oh, my God, that would be amazing.
She took it. They're viruses. Viruses spread. And look at Brett's situation. 2 bathrooms in the master. 2 sinks in the master. What does she do? Not good enough. I'm taking the other sinks.
3.
I'm getting them all. And God forbid you tell them that sink in the kitchen's full. Oh, they don't like that sink. They're not taking that one over.
Well, you can do it, too.
Well, I don't even know how to work a sink anymore because they've been obsolete to me for the last 25 years.
I should put a mirror in the kitchen sink.
So if I tell a guy right now who's kind of on the fence about the vaccine, think of it like a woman. Do you think you're stopping her? You put in a 3rd sink? No, she's going to use that too. That's the same as COVID. It's going to just keep growing and growing and growing until we do something about it. If I could tell you, like Brett said, tie me off. I'm Scott Weiland all of a sudden. I want needles in me every few days, and I'll take boosters. I'll do it all. Viruses survive. And again, if you're shaving your squatch over a sink, for God's sakes, lady, kill yourself. If you're a woman right now...
Shave Squatch, good band name?
Shave Squatch is a great band name. I can't wait for those T-shirts. If you're a woman right now who's ever had one leg up on the counter to do any investigating or work, that's a hanging too, right? That's a hanging offense.
With a pen light?
I don't know. We do it, don't we? That was so graphic. Oh, my God. That might be the most graphic thing you've ever said.
Pen light?
Time for the wake-up song. Screw this.
We're done. I got the twisties. I can't imagine any classy broad looking at her stuff going, "Oh, this bush is out of control. I'm going to 1-foot this thing up next to his sink and squatch it."
Pen light.
With a pen light and a bic. Oh, my God. No, sir. No, sir.
It's Bic Shave.
Come on, Jay.
I like how my head was for a while.
All right, enough. Hey, you got to take care of that. Put your foot up on the counter there.
Now!
I'm just picturing every good-looking woman with her leg on the counter, like that guy suggested Megan was doing. Shaving her.
Knock it off, Megan.
I believe he called it a boosh. What is wrong with you? Yeah, ladies, right now, if that's ever anything you've done, you know what you should do right now? If you're a woman who's ever done that, call or text or just go wake. If you're married to a black guy, just go wake your husband and apologize to him. As a joke, black people aren't up yet. The one black guy that emails me all the time goes, "Man, I'm up earlier than any other black guy in the world. You make fun of us." And I'm like, all right, that's okay.
It's because I haven't went to sleep yet.
Because you know I'm telling the truth. It's a funny joke. Well, I keep telling Fitz to call. Like, I want to hire an African-American afternoon show, move Fitz to where Larry is, and let Larry have some time.
Yeah.
And call it the African-American morning show. Starts at 2. Because it makes black people crazy that's their rep, and then they laugh. We're lazy, too. Don't worry about it. Everybody is. If I could sleep all day, I would. Either way.
Yeah, we're jealous.
Apologize to your husband. That's what I'm saying. If you've ever done the 1 foot on the sink thing. The bush shave. If you have a pen light for gynecology.
Honey, the batteries.
My pen light's out, so the squatch is going to go mad.
I'm going to get you a battery and a new house. And I'm not going to move in with you. Either way. I love it all. I'm going to throw up from the pen light thing. It is really disturbing me. I was up very late last night, Brady. You know those Kardashians do it. I lived in Glendale, California for a while. Indians are hairy. Very.
They might help each other. They might, the one might hold that little stick like they're checking for bombs under a car with the mirror.
Enough. But even then, if you're a fuzzy lady, I'm sure that you're not supposed to go 1 foot up. Not at all. Not even on like a wall in the bed. Just class it up. Find a position that doesn't make us all sick. God, I'm going to go to Michael and Troy's tonight and convert. I'm going in with them. Brady's painted such a disgusting picture I can't move. Yeah, give us a wake-up song, Brett. I'm all sweaty.
All right. Wake-up song brought to you guys by our buddies over there at Action Ride Shop on Gilbert and Southern. Josh and the boys, they put a lot of work into their brand-new website, so check it out at actionrideshop.com. Get all your mountain biking needs, your snowboarding needs. They also got BMX, so all the kids out there that are you got the kids on BMX, they got all the parts and accessories there as well. Check them out at Action Ride Shop on Facebook, the new website, and on Instagram. And this morning...
There it is. I like that you put it up on the TV.
Because you can't read my handwriting.
No.
Deftones, Quiet Riot, Ghost, the Cat,
Faster Pussycat with the song they didn't play last night. The Poison Ivy's waiting on.
That's not a wake-up song?
Let's do 2 of them.
Poison Ivy?
Oh, I thought you were going house.
Let's do 2 of them.
All right.
Because tomorrow's my birthday, so I want a little suicidal.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I want a little suicidal.
All right. Well, you get one then.
Okay.
Suicidal is yours.
All right.
We don't have to do the Faster Pussycat. I saw enough of that last night. It's been 25 years since I last saw him, and I hope it'll be another quarter century until I see him again. So there you go. Yeah. Well, happy birthday. I forgot all about that. We're going to get you a pen light and a razor in your own sink.
Good. I'll take my own sink.
Blah. Blah, blah.
You'll need one with the 10,000 candle power.
Is this your favorite suicidal song?
It's probably like number 2. Well, my first one I can't. There's so many. You'd be niggers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got to constantly do these. This one's clean.
Yeah, right. There's a couple in it, but it's not bad. Women take hot showers because it reminds them of home. Hell.
That guy's recently
Thanks,
divorced.
Nicholas.
Jesus, Nicholas. This is not the opportunity to throw that kind of stuff out. I'm just saying they're viral in the bathroom, for God's sakes. I didn't say they're of hell. Although, an argument could be made. They like hot showers because they're from hell. I, too, like a hot shower, so... Ditto?
In the winter?
Anytime. When do you ever take a shower otherwise?
The summer sometimes. Well, the water comes out hot anyway, but...
Well, then you need to get that checked.
You're disgusting. The water.
The water.
It's like the beach.
Yeah.
Yuck.
Well, I don't know what's going on at your house, Brady, but go have a plumber check that out. If it's coming out hot no matter what, that's your thing. Yeah, I'm a hot shower. I can fog up a room.
I thought I took a hot shower until
met her?
I moved in with her, and oh my God.
She's from hell. They're from hell. I just read that. Some guy just proved it.
Shrink clothes in there.
I love the boiled lobster idea in the shower. Because then she could twofer. She could clean and cook at the same time.
Hey, all right.
Pretty solid. All right. Well, happy birthday, Bert. This is impressive. Tomorrow is Bert's. It's the 7th, right? Or the 8th?
Yeah, 7th.
You're the 7th. Okay.
Somebody just dropped off a case of donuts for you.
Is that right?
For your birthday, yeah, in my studio. I don't know who did it. I didn't see him.
I think it was Wintermeyer.
Oh,
saw him.
It was.
Oh, Wintermeyer. Well,
I did see him this morning.
Yeah, is it in a towel?
Yeah,
Don't
they're
eat
wrapped
those.
in a towel.
You want to know how Wintermeyer makes those, especially the whole. Thanks, Wintermeyer, for home donuts. And to the bottom of the dumpster they go. I don't trust any of his food. Unless it's individually wrapped from Porta Subs, because he brings us those all the time.
Right.
They're always sealed. I'm fine with that. They've got tape over the edges. If Wintermeyer was my Uber Eats driver, throw it away.
These staples aren't fresh.
There's nothing. He restaples. He goes in there, wraps it up in washcloths and terry cloth towels. All right, for Bert, on his big fat birthday, the big 4-8, right?
Yeah.
1 year behind me.
Man.
You'll get me someday. It is Suicidal Tendencies. Which song?
You Can't Bring Me Down?
No, it's a great one. This is one I like. This is your Faster Pussycat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's a band no one goes to see.
No, there's more than 250 people at their shows, though.
How many times have you seen
Got you there.
How many times have you seen Suicidal?
Dozen?
Yeah, probably.
A dozen is all? I would expect
Maybe more. I mean, it's at least a dozen.
Once a year for the past 12 years, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I thought of you last night when I was at Faster Pussycat, and I'm like, I could be like Brett and just walk up and be friends with the guys on stage because there's nobody here to stop me. And
Got a lot in common.
Which is exactly what Brett did. He just was like, I like Suicidal so much, I'm just going to walk up this big empty cavern they're playing in and ask them to be my friend, and they were more than happy to do it. You were side stage, to be fair.
Yes.
And then I'm a big fan. And you're like, you are? And then Brett's like, yeah. And they go, please give me your phone number. And Brett's like, okay.
If the younger generation doesn't get into rock, then guess what? An art form has died.
You've been listening to Holmberg's Morning Sickness Podcast, brought to you by our friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Eric'sFamilyBBQ.com.